Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to search, plan, and register for classes. And it's going to be really important to pay attention because a lot of our courses are going to have different modalities of how they're going to be taught. And so some of them might be 100% online, some courses might be online, but it meets for live lecture on Zoom. Some courses might be hybrid where you have to go in person and some of the classes online. And then there might be some courses that are 100% in person. So I do want to show you how to pay attention to the additional information notes for each class. And so I'm going to demonstrate two different ways of how to register for classes. So the first way is so from the home page, you want to go to your Insight portal. Insight login here. And when you log in, you should see this where you see all the different tiles. And right here, I want you to notice my registration date. If you click on it, you should be able to see summer and fall. And so whatever date you see and whatever time you see, that's when you can register. So for me, if I was going to take classes in the fall, my registration date would be May 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Just know that each student has a specific registration date and time. And so whatever you see, that's when you can register and anytime after that. But ideally, you're registering as close as you can to when your registration date and time is because classes do fill up. And so from your Insight portal, you want to click on registration, register from your ed plan. When you click register from your ed plan, you could click this forward arrow button to go to whichever semester you want to register for classes or plan for courses and then register during your registration time. So for the sake of this example, I'm going to click over to fall. So I'm going to keep this page here and I'm going to open up a tab and go to dvc.edu and open up this home page. Now I'm going to click on Insight. And then I'm going to click on course schedule search. And so I'm going to demonstrate two different examples here. One is course schedule search. The other one says general education pattern search. You would want to use this one if you know the specific class that you want to register for. So I'm going to do an example. Let's say I know I want to register for Communication 120, public speaking. Then I would click on course schedule search. I would click on Diablo Valley College, term 2021 fall. I'm going to scroll down. And then right here where it says course, I'm going to click on this drop down menu and go to Com 120. Or, whatever class you're searching for, whatever specific class it is, then you could find it here. If you don't see it here, it's because it's not being offered in the fall. In this example, or if you're checking for summer or if you're checking for spring in the future, whatever you see here shows what's being offered. So I'm looking for Com 120 and I found it. I'm going to click show open courses only and I'm going to click search. So now I could see, if I scroll down, it says there's 25 classes that popped up, and then I could click next to find the remaining. But I'm just going to look at this page, and what I want you to pay attention to is for any class you want to register for, the way to read this is this shows you the term, location, this says San Ramon campus. If you see DVC, that's the Pleasant Hill campus. The section number is important because if you do want the course, you need to remember that 4-digit number, and I'll explain why after. So this course here, Com 120, it starts August 23rd, it ends December 12th. The course is on Monday and Wednesday, 11:10 to 12:35. This one is at the San Ramon campus. This is the room, the building and the room number, the instructor. And notice when you read the note, this course says this class meets weekly as scheduled. And based on changing COVID-19 guidelines, it's possible, it might be converted to partially or 100% online. But as of right now, this is a course that's planned to be in person. So if this is a course, so let's say you're looking and in your mind, you're like, I need something that's at the Pleasant Hill campus because I'm closer to Pleasant Hill. So you look for something that says DVC, and then notice this course here. It says 100% online. There are no required class meetings. Maybe you have a unique work life schedule and this works best for you. Then what you would do is this 4-digit number, 8149, you would go back to this page where it's plan your degree and register for classes. So 8149, I'm going to type it in this course search. Click enter. Notice COM 120 pops up. You might want to click this, but don't. You're going to want to click right here where it says view available sections because it filters to the exact course that you wanted, which is 8149. Now you click add section to schedule. Add section. Back to plan and schedule. So now if I click to fall 2021, you'll notice that specific course is planned, but I cannot register for it until my registration date and time. You can monitor the seats available. If it's time for you to register and you notice there's no more seats, you could waitlist the course if there's an option to waitlist, or find a completely different section and then register for that. So let's say I have this plan. I'm just playing a hypothetical. Let's say I have this course planned and it's time for me to register, but it's full. And usually you'll notice it's red when it's full. You could just click right here where it says view other sections. And then you'll see alternate sections. And there's pages 1 of 7. So I could look through all the pages and pick one that works for you. Let's say I'm going through the pages and I find this one here, and it works. It looks like it works for me. It's Monday, Wednesdays, 9:35 to 11. I'm going to click on the course. For any course that you want to register for, please make sure to read the additional information section. This course here is saying it is a in-person class, and that it's possible to be converted to online depending on what's going on with COVID-19 at the time. But as of right now, this course is an in-person class. It meets on Monday, Wednesdays, 9:35 to 11, Pleasant Hill campus, Life and Health Science Building, room 223. Let's say that doesn't work for me, then you just move on and try to find something else. Let's see if I go to page 2. I'm noticing this course. I noticed location. It says online, but I see it has a time that it meets. Maybe I'm curious, what does that mean? You click on it, scroll down, and you'll note it's 100% online. However, on Wednesdays, it meets from 9:35 to 11 for live lecture. So that most likely means you're going to meet, or that does mean you're going to meet online on Zoom from 9:35 to 11 for lecture. So you do have to be available, even though it's an online course. In this scenario, you do have to be available from that time for the online live lecture. So if that works for you, then you would just click add section. Notice the course is planned, and I have 2 courses planned, right? And then you could whichever one works better for you. So let's say I'm gonna take this one out. Let's say this one works better for me because when I click on it, this was the one that it's 100% online. Let's just imagine this one works best for me. Then I click register when it's time to register for the course. Now I'm going to delete this. And then I showed you an example of how to use the course schedule search. So let me go back. It might be best if I just show you how I got to it. So from the DVC homepage, you click Insight. At the very top, course schedule search. Now, you would use the left button if you know the exact course that you want to register for. You could use the right if you want to find, let's say you want to take a course that satisfies general education, and you want to pick a course from a specific area, not necessarily a specific class, this is the one you would select. So you would click on general education pattern search. You would select Diablo Valley College, term, in this example, 2021 fall. Now you'll see for UCs, so for UCs and CSUs, Cal State Universities, you can use iGetsy. And then there's also another general education pattern that's CSU GE. This is strictly only for CSU. Then you would select CSU GE. In counseling, we usually recommend students to follow iGetsy unless there's a specific scenario where it makes more sense to follow CSU GE. This is why it's really important to meet with a counselor each semester, because we usually can strategize with you regarding that. For this example, I'm going to use iGetsy, this one, because iGetsy can be used for UCs and Cal State Universities. So I click on iGetsy, and then when you click this drop-down menu, you could select whichever area you're looking for. So let's say or a counselor has recommended that you take a course from arts, iGetsy area 3A arts. Then you would click on 3A arts. And then here you could select search by subject or course. I'm going to click search by course. And then if I click this drop-down menu, this shows me all the courses that satisfies 3A arts. So let's say I'm looking at this and Introduction to Film and Media Arts catches my attention. I click on it. And then I click search. So now if I click search and scroll down, it shows me there's two options. And so Film Television 205, there's two options. There's two different section numbers. So if there's one that you prefer, it looks like in this scenario, they both have the same start date, end date. They're both 100% online. So what I would do is that section number 3161, I would go back to my student planning tool, and I would just type that in here. So we got 3161, type it in, enter. Notice the course appears here. Make sure to click view available sections so that the 3161, it filters it to that specific class. And then you would just click add section to schedule, add section. And if I go back to my plan and schedule, and click, over to fall semester, you'll notice that specific course is planned there. And we know that this course satisfies iGetsy area 3A arts because we did the search to find it. And now I would just register for it when it's time for me to register. So I hope, so remember, if you have classes that are already planned into your schedule, then all you got to do is click view other sections to see what sections are available. Like I'm just going to show you an example. Let me just do this. So let's imagine that in your plan, you already have English 122 planned into your schedule. And now you want to find the sections. You would just click right here, view sections. And then you'll notice it says page 1 of 13. So you have 13 pages worth of classes that you can go through to find that works for you. And I did want to point out that if you plan a course and you see this yellow box appear in your student planning like this, that usually means you have not met the prerequisite. So make sure to read it carefully if that appears. But if it does not appear, I'm going to show you an example of one that doesn't. Notice psych, no yellow box appears here. So that means I'm cleared to register for the class. I know this was a 15-minute video, but because our summer and fall schedule is unique in that there's different modalities of how the course is going to be taught. I wanted to show you all the ways you can search and register for classes. Some tips to remember is always read the additional information section for a class. So what I mean by that is if you click on a course, make sure you're reading this part. So for example, this class is saying it's 100% face-to-face. So I just want you to make sure you're paying attention to that. You could always click DVC Bookstore to see if it shows you what books you need for the class. Another tip is, make sure you register on time. So definitely make sure you're checking your Insight portal and that you click on the tile. Just don't read what's there, because notice it doesn't show me my fall registration date, but if I click on it, now I see it, right? So do that as well. And I just feel free to rewind, rewatch this. I just hope this was helpful. And thanks for watching.